conversation on whether the men have control or not. So does our dress code reflect our values?
Your dress code, absolutely. You have no idea what your dress code does. So I've written a book.
Yes?
Yeah, it's called The Mystery of the Garment.
Oh, I definitely need to read that.
The Mystery of the Garment should be out by April as well.
Okay.
So the mystery of the garment, you are who you are. What you put on has a great impact on your identity. That is why prostitutes have mastered this art. You can tell that's a prostitute just by the way that she's dressed. You can look at it through scripture and through the Bible. That prostitutes had a certain way that they dressed, and they knew, that if I dress this way, this is how men are going to be attracted. This is how it's my appearance is an attraction, or is a trap for a particular kind of men. There are certain places that you go to, and you are identified by the way that you are dressed. You are able to identify a police officer by what he's putting on. You're able to identify a doctor, a nurse, by the way that he's dressed. You don't have to say anything, just by the way that they are dressed. Their attire communicates who they are.
What if it's just like a mood, like you said it, on a particular day I want to dress a certain way, not because of who I am, but I feel like I could,
Depends like where you're going. If you are going somewhere, do you know there's a way that a lady can dress, and like this, the guys in the wood, they'll be whistling.
Right.
They'll be whistling. It's because you have given them a picture of the kind of person that deserves whistles. But there's a way that also a lady can be dressing and you'll be greeted in a certain way. Just because of your dressing.
But then again, certain dressing, I know like you have to dress for you, right? But sometimes these women also just kind of like dress for the men, because supposedly the men with a certain kind of like seductive dressing, we're coming from a background where we kind of feel like the men are more attracted to a certain dress code, and that's how come you see a lot of women now, going out looking the way that
the kind of man that you want to attract. If you want to attract a man that is, looking for a one-night stand, you are going to get that kind of a man.
Right.
But if you want to attract a man that is looking to establish a family, a man that wants a wife, you have to carry yourself in a certain way. So depending on what you want and who you want to attract, dress like that. And I'm telling you, you're going to discover that there's always somebody that is watching. There's always someone that is watching how you're dressing. There's always somebody that is looking and saying, this one is not wife material.
And I was gonna say, I knew that was coming. There's always, the wife material is always tied to the dress code again. Yes. It's like the Zambian wife is supposed to dress a certain way.
Everywhere, I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying, that your garment reveals your identity. It shows the intention that you have. It reveals who you are and what you want to achieve when you're dressed in a particular way. Yes, you're saying it's me, I'm dressing for me, I'm dressing for, or whatever that I want to do me.
Right.
All right. You understand you, but the society and the world, they are saying, oh, this is what you are showing us. And so you, by the way you are dressed, the people that dress this way are these kinds of people. And so we are also going to treat you with the way that these kind of people are being treated. And unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever the case may be, that is just how we are brought up, and that's just the society that we are living in. And society, differs. Others are just, in certain societies, they can dress short things and it's okay for them, But when it comes to our Zambian and African setup, we associate dignity of a person and the respect that we accord to them based on the way.
Do we even have like a Zambian dress code? I know, on perhaps a more comic side, there was I think a wedding that took place not so long ago, and people were, commenting about whether or not we have the Zambian like dress code, because this groom and his bridegroom were actually dressed. That dress was actually looking like they got some imitation from Nigeria, and so from that wedding setup, obviously conversations also were to do with whether or not we have a dress code.
I think every culture and every society has what it seems to be acceptable, or what it relates to be common among themselves.
What is acceptable? Isn't that like entirely based on an individual? Maybe what I would rate as a short skirt would not be short to someone else? No?
Well, statistics reveal, if there are 10 people and we say, is this short or not?
And if
Yeah.
all the 10 say yes.
Then it's short. Okay, if all the 10 say yes, if you say it's not short, you have lost, because your opinion is unique at that point. All right, maybe it will be not short when you go in a certain society. So sometimes we always judge with numbers, with statistics. What is a common belief and what is a common core value with the majority? And if we now discover that, hey, this is what we are saying that is acceptable for us, and that is what we go by. So,
Right.
for example, Zambia is a Christian nation, and the common value is that homosexuality is not our value. We don't want it. We don't need it. So everybody.
But do you
says,
need miniskirts?
do we need Minsk?
From the wife especially, because you men go out there and look. You have your eyes all over, but then when it's home, I'm supposed to be in so-called clothes that are not even seductive enough.
Like I said, that, seduction is relative. You'd be surprised what turns on another. Certain things that you find appealing or attractive or very sexually, appealing will not attract the next person. You'll be very, very surprised. Others will not even be turned on or seduced by short things. Others will be turned on by them.